communicating with any of us on the planning commission.
We ask you to make recommendations, and you've done that.
And you have not communicated with us, and I worry about who you're getting your information from, I really do. You tasked us, the planning commission, and you're free to talk, don't get me wrong, talk to whoever you want, but we were the ones tasked with doing all this work. We've done it, we're here to answer your questions. All the preparation that went into coming to tonight's meeting, I just feel like it's such a waste. I mean, taking PTO off work to prepare for this stuff. And we get here and I'm just not ready. And all this time, when people have come here and tried to talk to you guys, you said, oh, it's at our planning commission. You got it. We're gonna do what our planning commission, but when it comes here, then it's, oh, we don't wanna do public comment. We don't, we're not talking about wind. So who are you talking to? That's it.
Anybody else?
My name is Kathy Craig from Douglas Township.
A little louder, please.
My name is Kathy Craig from Douglas Township. I have been to a few planning commission meetings and board meetings here, and I've always been impressed with the atmosphere here. I was so happy sitting here tonight thinking, wow, you guys are really listening. This is a wonderful thing. Your planning commission, I commend them for all of their hard work. You were saying that you didn't have the information. On September 12th of 2021, I wrote all of you quite a lengthy letter that was a culmination of months of research that I had been doing on every topic related to wind. I never got a response. So I feel like people have been giving you a lot of information. So it's pretty disappointing sitting here knowing what all of the people in your community said to you tonight, and you didn't really hear them on that. I know you want more time to look at it, but like this gentleman said, there's videos of every meeting. It's been in the paper. You can research any of these topics on your own, like everyone else has. It seems like with such a huge topic in front of you that you would have been spending some time at night looking up different things about sound requirements, setbacks, the environment. Since you haven't voted tonight, I ask you, please look into the environmental concerns of the turbines. There are so many environmental issues. If this was really about the environment, Apex would be pushing residential rooftop solar, that kind of stuff, not industrialization of farmland. The climate change, the drought conditions, the heat waves that we're experiencing, there's a lot of information that you can read about that and how wind turbines can contribute on a large scale to that. So again, please review the information as quickly as possible. The people in your community clearly want this to be taken care of.
I got three things. First, I request you guys make a motion to find a bigger venue. You're definitely gonna need it for next month. Second, I'm glad you brought up the rooftop solar because these a-holes over here, they're going around.
Hey, Jeremy.
I talked to 2 people on their petition that's what they signed it for. That's what they thought. It was bringing rooftop solar and local turbines, local energy to the community. They'll tell you anything they want to. Then lastly, I've got a friend of a friend who is the Brian O'Shea for the marijuana industry, as far as bringing in dispensaries and groweries. He's the one who sweet talks the town officials, the churches, the schools to make sure they okay it. And I've shared with him some of these guys' stories. And I mean, he laughs. There's no way they could get away with that. They look down on them. So I mean, these are the people. They are being looked down on by the drug dealers because their business is too shady. But please get a bigger venue.
Cato Township, spoke before. People like us have been called deplorables by a former campaign person who was running for president. And that's how I feel I've been treated tonight. You don't care. You've got your agenda for those you do care about, but the rest of us who are sitting here with the potential for a turbine next door to my bedroom, and you don't care. I have worked with you. I have been your boss. I worked with you. I watched your kid. I watched you grow up. I don't know much about you, Mr. Gilbert, but you guys have let me down. I am a voter in this community, and you just threw it all away because we are deplorables. You're listening to one side. You're not listening to the side.
Well, Jamie Snyder, Cato Township.
definitely feels like a slap to the face that you guys did not trust these guys enough to just, you could have came to the meetings. It's been going on a year and a half. I've been at all of them. I've left work early to be here at 5 o'clock. I have taken time off like Brandy to be at these meetings and to support them. So I understand you guys want to know what's going on, but you've had a year and a half. I just don't understand it. I'm shaking. I am so frustrated with this. We have so many other issues that we need to get going on. Solar, their master plans, and they're kind of stuck in a standstill. I mean, Phil said it correctly. He's not bullying. He's frustrated that this didn't get passed. This is a slap in their face. They've worked so hard. They've listened to us ramble on and on and on and on and on and on for a year and a half. Bless their hearts. And you can't accept what they have said. John Johansson was one of the people that you got the information from. He attended an Apex party. He was a speaker there. This is not somebody you should be listening to. Like I said, you want to protect your citizens, not Apex. This is not about them. This is about us. This is about you guys.
Nobody said we weren't gonna accept it. Nobody's indicated that at all.
So why not do it tonight? Let's get her done. Let's move on.
We can be done next month.
I'm done.
Well,
I'm done.
Matt Hubbard, Cato Township. I promised my wife I wasn't gonna really say a whole lot about this, but Larry, a year ago, you talked to my wife, and you said you weren't gonna tell an individual what he's gonna do to his property. But you're telling all these individuals that you are gonna let him do whatever he wants to his property, and that's wrong. Don't shake your head, it's wrong. This is my time. Todd Lincoln, you said no properties north of Diener Road. That's a lie, an absolute lie. Ask Brian O'Shea. Did you or did you not say that?
I was told that at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't understand why the last year and a half, none of you have stayed, except for David, followed this along. Jordan and Joyce came to 2 meetings, but yet you don't know nothing about this? This is the community. And I don't understand why, sorry that I'm loud, but I don't understand why you haven't took it upon yourselves to come to the meetings. So you wouldn't have this kind of stuff. And you sat up there smug because you listen to your friends in McKenna's. And it's very annoying. Phil is absolutely right. They've spent a lot of time. You picked these people. You should go with what they did. Not tabling stuff so you can talk to your friends. That's all I have to say.
Cato Township. Okay, what I think just happened here is, Jordan, you said you just got something from the county today and you need more time.
Well,
And
and I
then-
want to review, and I've only had this for a month, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but come on.
Right, okay, I'm just trying to get clarity, okay. So that's why everybody's upset, because we've all been doing this for a year and a half, we've gone to all these other township meetings to see what's going down, okay? So, what the county did is a review. So you just need to review what they reviewed, I think. That should take 5 minutes in my mind, but that's probably, not right. So, I'm just disturbed about the outcome, because there has been time, there has been information, people have handed out information, and I've watched you guys set it off to the side or whatever. I trusted you guys. I thought I bragged about you guys. What a great integrous board we have. That's all. And I can't even say anything else. Thank you. I
Linda
have
Reynolds,
friends here.
this meeting isn't closed, you can bring this back. If you have a
We're
question
not
on
gonna
shadow,
be bullied. We made a decision. We voted.
my 3 minutes, please.
I'm just,
Could I speak?
I'm just answering your question. I said I wasn't
It
gonna
wasn't a
answer any
question, but I
questions.
said you could bring it back, the meeting isn't closed. If Jordan had a question on shadow flicker, they're here to answer that question. On waivers, they're here to answer your questions on it. You aren't gonna have another opportunity to have them as a group here, without a quorum, to ask them, give feedback, why did you put this and how did you come up with that? You have a good ordinance, they've worked hard, and what you did is a slap in their face. And I've seen this type of thing happen in other townships. I wish you luck. If you want people to quit coming, like you said before, you never said the pledge, because nobody came, it's gonna multiply. The next meeting will be nuts. If you wanna get this taken care of, so everybody leaves you alone, the letters that you got recently in the emails, every township got them. Everyone has gone through the same thing. Some of them have been duplicate. The FOIA has been a wonderful tool. Listen to the ones that's coming, instead of the ones that's doing the little copy thing. Okay, we gotta let them know, we want this, we approve this. Please think about it and redo this tonight. Ask them questions. Any concerns you have. You guys really are one of the better, not the best, but you're one of the better ones in the county. Don't blow it. Thank you.
Sheila Crooks, Douglas Township. Just an FYI, we have a constitutional right to open debate. Heavy debate. So stop calling us names. Nobody's bullying anybody here. We're giving you what we've known and we've done for 2 years now. And you know, what I can tell you is when Brian stands up and says that there's 500 leases, he's not talking about Cato Township. Like, that's how they work the numbers. That's basic, you know, deception is what that is. If you guys were so concerned about the commission, the county commission, why didn't you go? Why didn't you watch the video?
We did.
We were all there. I can tell you that is one guy's comment. One guy's comments. And he got them directly from Apex. And the next week he was gonna show up and speak at one of their meetings. Why would you ever consider anything he has to say? He probably on the payroll, I don't know. Because he's going everywhere, talking about, you know, how to get Apex here. It's ridiculous.
You guys are supposed to vote without precedent or prejudice. I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Yeah, I asked a question one night, and Larry Gilbert looked right at me and told me I'd better get used to it, because they're gonna come.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we heard Pat Carr tell him to get it done. That just don't fly around here.
In the back, don't wanna vote? In the back.
Tom Belker, Cato Township. I just have one comment. I've only been to a few, but
Stand up, sir, so we can hear you.
all you guys are doing by putting this off is separating the community even more. You need to do your job, get it done. Do the right thing for everyone, not just them outsiders. Thank you.
I'm Nancy Lundwall and I live in Cato. And, you know, be quiet and let me complete the whole statement before
Got
you
you.
people, okay? I understand you need another month, but I'm really disappointed that you need another month. We've known this is a heated, hot, tough decision, and you've got this great committee. And what you've told me by putting it off a month is not that you don't trust this committee, not anything. You just didn't find it important enough to sit down and look at it for 3 days. That is what bothers me the most, is that you didn't take the time. You've had it for 30 days, you knew tonight was coming. I'm sorry, so you have to say, I need a couple hours, honey. I gotta shut myself in this room and look at this. This is important stuff. It's your job. And you have to do it on your time. And that's I'm offended by that. And I like all of you guys. But you didn't take the 30, now, the guy who gave you the stuff today, he didn't think enough of you to give you any time to look at it. This committee gave you a month. And you didn't take the time.
Shameful.
But now take the time and come back ready to declare something. So, that's it.
So I can go to referendum or recall.
Hey Scott, Sydney Township again. My question is Brandy's question. Who are you going to ask your questions to? Because the people who matter are sitting in this room. And so I would challenge you, even take a 5-minute break and talk about among yourselves. Talk about what your concerns are. Come back. Ask Jeremy what turbines would mean to him. He has 10 kids. What would it mean to you, Jeremy, if they came in? How would this affect you? You've had one woman's response here. We have done our homework and heard people from all over the world come to our Facebook page and say, don't let them do this to you. Ask your questions now. Because these are the people who have done their homework, who will be incredibly affected personally, their own health, their animals' health, the health of the community. That's what this is all about. I would just ask you, would you be willing to just take a break, talk among yourselves, find the things that you're concerned about, and I will comment on the county, their advisory. I would suspect they haven't done as much research as you have. They certainly haven't done as much research as your residents and your planning commission. They're just throwing out their opinion based on whoever they think. You know, I feel sorry for them because their main concern is balancing the county budget every year. That's incredibly stressful for them. I feel badly for that because this is easy money for them and would make that so much easier for them. But find a better way, this isn't it.
Ben Reynolds, Douglas Township. The Planning Commission in Douglas Township turned over an ordinance to the board that was really iffy. It may have slipped through as it was borderline. The board looked at that and says, oh, no. We gotta make some changes. They pretty much pushed that ordinance over the cliff. It's going to referendum now. They ruined it. I was talking with a board supervisor in a neighboring township, and the discussion came up about Terry Anderson, the supervisor in Douglas, and part of his board. And this is a direct quote from that supervisor. Pew, pew, pew! Terry keeps shooting himself in the foot. Your planning commission hands you a great ordinance, and it appears like you want to make some changes. Some of the other ones got questions, that's fine. But I hope you aren't going to be the next Terry Anderson that the other supervisors are talking about. Pew, pew, pew! Shoot yourself in the foot some more.
You know, I guess, shame on me, because I'm the chairman of the planning commission, and obviously I did not give to you the letter from the Montgomery County Planning Commission. Even though it was sent to this committee, it was sent to one individual sitting up here And obviously, that individual didn't pass it on to anybody else. And that person had that since June 23rd. Shame on me for not following up sooner.
Excuses.
So maybe I should take the fall for not following through on my
No,
job.
Phil,
You
no,
should
Phil,
know you
no.
have that information. So I'm sorry I did that. And I don't think I'm bullying you. I'm just passionate about what my planning commission, your planning commission did for the last year and a half. We spent a lot of money. And we thought we were gonna do some things tonight. But I guess you're gonna do it all yourselves.
Yeah.
Because I don't plan on coming back.
Good job, Phil.
I don't.
Work, Phil.
That's why I asked you to vote on it. You're an elected official. Can you table it? Yes, you can. You can. Have we tabled things in our planning commission? Yeah, we have. We have. So those tough topics that we've talked about, I'm gonna go back and do a little research. So maybe a little more time. But I hope you make the right decision. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Charlie Curtis, Cato Township. Phil, I want to commend you on a brilliant defense of the planning commission. You did a great job. The planning commission did a great job, and there is absolutely no excuse for this. In my opinion, that you are in the act of bullying us in the planning commission. They did a fabulous job, and is the height of disrespect of what you have done to your planning commission. And you should all be ashamed of that.
One more. He's already.
No. I have an opportunity during this public comment time. I spoke earlier, not during this public comment time. Robert Scott, Sydney Township. There have been two comments made tonight that you guys could potentially use as an excuse to change this ordinance. Not a reason, but an excuse. One, you heard from Brian O'Shea talk about there being 500 leases they have in Montcalm County. Well, as you look at what I sent you, gave you at your last meeting, there are exactly 20 leases in Cato Township. 20. And they represent 3.25% of your tax base in this township. That's all. That's all. As to the 500 leases Brian claims that they have, he must be hiding over 100 of them because there are only less than 400 that are actually recorded. Why he's hiding those is anybody's guess. Maybe it's because he doesn't want the public to know who they've leased to. You think? Maybe so. The other comment I've heard from you tonight is you want to think about what the county planners had to say. Well, one thing, maybe you didn't get the report timely from all of you didn't get the timely report. But if you followed any of this in the Daily News reported on that. Yeah. You didn't get anything tonight that wasn't reported in the Daily News. Why didn't you read that? Why didn't you rely on that and follow up on that? And most importantly, even as the Daily News pointed out, there is one person that made those comments, exactly one person, who is clearly an Apex advocate. They're out there to get Apex's wind turbines in this county. The report you got from the Planning Commission was, we'll pass those comments on to you, not that these are the comments of the Planning Commission, but that one person's comments. Are you gonna let one person's comments direct what you do to this township? I hope not. Thank you.
Any, in the back.
Yeah. Eric Tesker, Stanton. As elected officials, you're to fulfill the will of the people, correct? It's pretty obvious what this township wants. You can go against the will of the people, but they're gonna override you. I don't understand, I understand you have questions. This is the biggest thing to happen in this community for 150 years. I'm amazed that so many officials don't even show up to the meetings. The PC meetings, why wouldn't you be there? This is the big deal. The community shows up, these people go to these meetings, and then we see our elected officials not showing up. It just doesn't look good. I mean, everybody should go to the meetings. I'm surprised y'all didn't go up to the courthouse and stamp to that meeting. that was public. I mean, you've got your civilians, the citizens, going to all these meetings, and the officials that are supposed to be calling the shots aren't showing up. I don't understand why you guys are so busy, you can't show up to these meetings. I mean, you should be here. This is the biggest thing in our lifetimes. And, your PC has done a good job. You should definitely go with what they want. You can change this to what Apex wants. It will definitely be referended, and just like anywhere else, people are gonna start getting removed. I think it's time to follow the will of the people. Thank you.
Just one thing quick, I wanted to just correct something that Robert Scott said. We do have over 500 landowners and farm families who are signed up for the project, so that is a distinction.
That's not
from
what you
leases.
said, you said leases.
I said leaseholders, but if you misheard me, I did just want to clarify that the over 500 landowners and farm families that are participating in the project, they have property rights that deserve to be respected too, and I don't, and something that was said, I think, in the last board meeting that, people brought up to me and, didn't really appreciate is the whole idea that, farmers and landowners who are signed up for this project are just, ping pong balls in a jar that don't contribute very much to this township, which is what was said at the last meeting. I think that the farmers who are participating in our project contribute a lot to all of the townships across Montcalm County. They want to bring this opportunity that wind energy can bring to improve the community, and I hope that the board does take some advice that the attorney gave from a mapping standpoint. I know I heard Phil and Brandy, mention that they did think that a wind turbine could be sited in the township, but based on the maps I've looked at, the wetland maps, and based on the language in this ordinance, I can't find a square inch in this township where a project could be sited, period, regardless of the setbacks and everything else. So I did encourage the board. So the attorney recommended, and look at some mapping exercises in the township to really understand the impacts of this ordinance, because I think it's far too restrictive to allow any landowner who's interested to take advantage of the opportunity wind energy can bring. Thanks.
Notice how he didn't dispute the
Jeremy.
20 lease signers in Cato. 20.
I haven't looked at that exactly.
We live here.
Hey, my last time I didn't talk this time.
Oh.
Please listen to these people and not him. We've talked. I'm done. Come on, Kevin.
Thank you. We have to really, like the gentleman said, look at the real big picture. The real big picture in this whole room is us as neighbors and friends. We've helped, we've fought, we'll do everything we can. If you want to let a couple of little insiders show up, get a few bucks, fill their pocket and leave, that's exactly what.
I represent the whole township.
No, you don't.
Not just.
Your comment, exactly what Matt said, was they're gonna come. No, they're not. We're not gonna allow them. If you continue to do it, you'll go through referendum, recalls. How many signatures did they just turn in today at Maple Valley? You'd be blown away. That's all. I mean, we're getting frustrated because you shouldn't have pulled this crap. You should have voted on it. You've had enough time. Either yep or nope, 3 to 4 roll call, and it's over with. Now we gotta come back.
Anybody else? Thank you, Kevin.
Can we get your email, Larry?
Pardon me?
Can we get your email address?
Larry G. at Cassair.
Cassair doesn't work.
Thank you.
Can we get the Wi-Fi password to this room?
Pardon me?
Can we get the Wi-Fi password to this room?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Oh, yeah, I guess there is.
Yeah, there's my, I don't know it off my top of my head, it's in my office. Can you get it for us right now? Right, because like, we don't have any
Or
service
Joyce, you
in
can
here,
put it on the webs.
and nothing's
Maybe,
working,
that's
so-
it or no? Can't put it on the website, okay, sorry.
Thanks.
Would you guys consider taking a short break between you, go in another room and talk?
Sorry.
Fill out the Winfield.
I had my time last night.
It's gonna warn you.
I like your
It's a 5
Yes, it is.
Any other comments? You already spoke. Any other comments? Meeting's adjourned. Make a motion for it. Martin, make a motion.
Make a motion.
Motion made, supported.
When's the next meeting?
When's your guys' next meeting?
Todd, when is your next meeting?
Dave's looking.
Thank you.
Oh, good, it'll be a bigger facility then. Is it a bigger facility then?
I doubt it. They're not moving on
Will
anything.
Leslie be attending next month? Just out of curiosity. Is Leslie gonna be attending next month? I thought that was the reason she was here, to answer questions. But if we're gonna have questions next month, you guys. She probably should be here, right, if you guys have questions? Okay,